Let's invite our next management, that of Jupiter Wagons, the company's subsidiary. They have been allocated some land. They can go ahead and set up capacity. Mr. Vivek Lohia, who's Managing Director of Jupiter Group, joins us on the show. Hi, Vivek. Good morning. Good to see you in. In this sort of a bleak market, good to hear that you have some good news from your stable. Now, the last time around, you said the problem is on capacity, and the wheelset business doesn't have enough capacity. With this investment, could you tell us that will capacity be okay? And give us a few details. How much money are you going to be putting in? What kind of asset turn will you see on that? Please go ahead.
Good morning, Mangalam. As you rightly said, today there is a capacity constraint when it comes to wheel sets. Currently, even if you look at the industry in general, the freight car, the wagon production, there are delays because of availability of wheel sets. And luckily for us, we have set up capacities in Aurangabad already. But despite expansion there, that would be close to only 20,000 wheel sets. So this is a complete new capacity for us, where we are an integrated facility where we are going to produce about 100,000 wheel sets. We'll be investing close to about 2,500 crores. And,
so Vivek, just to come in, you'll be adding 1 lakh capacity. Is that correct? And for this facility itself, you'll be investing 2,500 crores, correct?
Yeah, absolutely right. And we have already...
Where do you raise the money from, Vivek?
So we had done a QIP last year. So it is going to be a mix of, so we had done a QIP about 800 odd crores. So that money will be used for this project. There's some internal accruals which we have, which are very strong. And plus we'll be raising debt.
What's your current internal accruals, Vivek? And 2,500 crores. How much will you raise via debt? 800 crores via QIP. That leaves you with 1,700 crores. How much of that will be debt and how much of that will be via your internal accruals?
So we are looking to raise debt to close to about 1,400 crores plus. We have already had financial closure on that. And the balance would be through our internal accruals.
So internal accruals basically are just about 300 crores is what you're saying, because 800 crore via QIP, 1,400 crore via debt, that makes it 2,200 crores, and the 2,500 crore investment that is required, of which 300 crore will be via internal accruals, right?
Yeah. So the internal accruals will come from the rail business itself. So as I've told you that you have increased capacity, the profitability is going up. And this project has a complete gestation period of about 2.5 years, which will take us to set up the complete facility. So the balance will be from the rail business itself.
So the wheelset capacity goes to how much with this 1 lakh units?
So it will be close to about 1,20,000 would be the capacity. And a large part of it will be exported to the European market because our partners, Tata Wagonka, they themselves require close to about 40 to 50,000 wheel sets annually. So a significant capacity is towards their operations in Europe. And the balance will be for us both captive as well as for the domestic market.
What about your rail business itself? You said that that is likely to subsidize or, fund your expansion into wheel sets. You revised your wagon sales guidance for this year from close to 10,000 to about 9,000 wagons. What have you done this year so far? What are you likely to end this year with? And what is the next year target in terms of wagon supply?
So this year, whatever the revised guidance which we have given, we have achieved those numbers despite the shortage on the wheel sets. And next year we have set up a set for ourselves a target for about 10,000 wagons, which we are very confident to achieve those numbers.
And what's your current order book in terms of wagons?
The order book overall is close to about 7,000 odd crores. And the private momentum still is very strong. It continues to build up, and around the third quarter, we expect a substantial tender also coming from Indian Railways for the requirement for next year.
All right. And your overall revenue target of 10,000 crores by FY28, what do you think will be the mix when it comes to wagons, wheel set and containers?
So we expect the non-wagon revenues to be around 50% of that 10,000 crores. A substantial amount of that would be from the wheel business because that's where we are putting in the majority of the capex. And definitely it will be supported by the brake business, by the container business. On the container side now we are investing heavily on BESS. We are seeing a lot of visibility there as more and more solar capacity is coming up and they want storage facilities to be built up. Our EV trucks have recently we have launched our trucks which now we have started delivering to the market. So there also we expect good traction in the coming years.
Right, we will take your leave on that. Vivek, thank you so much for joining in and giving us your business outlook. Obviously, post your numbers, we'll get into detailed analysis of those numbers and more importantly, your guidance in terms of more quantitative details as well. With that, we'll